it's Clarice.
And Clarice from the future.
And if you're seeing this video, it means that I just turned 20. I know that I look like a grade schooler, but I promise I'm 20 years old. And obviously, since it's my birthday, I got a lot of books. And so today I'm going to be sharing those books with you.
I also got some more books after I filmed that video, so that's why I'm inserting these weird things with the ugly background into the video.
Me getting all of these books is basically a result of me asking my mom and my ninang, aka my godmother, and people how much they were willing to spend on my birthday and if they were willing to allow me to spend it on books, and then spending all of that money on books. The first of those books was A Song for Our Bond by Guy Gabriel Kay. I heard about this book from Sabrina's channel, Sabrina Everywhere. She talks about it all the time, mentions it in a lot of tag videos, and it's one of her favorite books. Based on what she said about this book, I know that it's a high fantasy novel with a lot of historical basis, specifically from the history of France, and also music plays a big part in this story. High fantasy is one of my favorite genres. Historical fiction is a genre I significantly enjoy reading but really need to read more of. And I love music, so this sounded right up my alley. It's kind of a chunky book, but I'm really excited to read this. Mouse by Art Spiegelman. If you don't know what Mouse is, it's a Pulitzer Prize winning graphic memoir about the experiences of the author's father as a Jew during the Holocaust. As you can see by the cover though, the people aren't depicted as people, the Jews are represented by mice, and the Nazis are represented by cats. I've been wanting to read this for so long, but I never see it in a bookstore. I actually kind of reserved it with my bookstore and then they never got back to me on it, which kind of frustrated me. So I just ordered it on Book Depository because I really wanted to read it and I still really want to read it. I don't know why I'm saying that because I really want to read everything that I'm going to mention in this haul, but I really want to read it.
What I Wish I Knew When I Was 20 by Tina Seelig. This book actually came from my dad and I laughed when I got it, but I'm actually really touched at the same time. Because normally my dad and my mom kind of just give me a budget, which this year I spent on books, and get me the gift that I want. And my mom usually tries to get an extra special thing, which I will show later in the video, you know, to surprise me. But my dad never really does that because I find that girls actually enjoy looking for presents more than guys do. I don't know if that's true everywhere, but it kind of is based on the people I know. Anyway, my dad actually reads a lot of books, possibly as much as me, but he only reads nonfiction, so this is nonfiction, obviously. But I've actually been wanting to get a bit into nonfiction, so maybe I can try reading some nonfiction more now. We'll see.
There are a couple of things I got in particular that I would consider to be pretty big. One of those would have to be the entire Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis. And it's kind of heavy, so I'm just gonna put it back on the shelf here. You can see it anyway. Anyway, I've been wanting to read that series for a long time because it's Narnia, it's a classic. There are a lot of books that got inspiration sort of from Narnia, and it's my friend's favorite series of all time. But even though it was cheaper, I didn't want to get it in that huge bind-up edition with the lion in the front. I was slightly tempted to get it just because if you look at my His Dark Materials book, it's a big bind-up of it that's about the same size as the Narnia bind-up, and it also has like a huge animal face in the front, and I figured if I had the two that I would start the weird collection of books with huge animal faces in the front. Though there's one thing that kind of annoys me about this box set. If you notice, the first, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth books match completely fine, but the spine of the second book, 2 is smaller than the other numbers, and it isn't aligned with other numbers, and the title is in all caps and the other titles aren't in all caps, and it's pissing me off.
Survivor by Chuck Palahniuk, which came from my friend Austin, who is like my only friend in real life who reads a good amount of books and has similar reading tastes as me, so I talked to him about books mostly, and he's actually the one that made me start reading Palahniuk's books. I actually almost bought this one time, but then I put it down. So I'm really glad I ended up getting it anyway. I try not to know too much going into Palahniuk's books because they're kind of weird, but I do know this has something to do with some death cult. I think the main character is the last survivor of that cult, but I'm not sure. Again, I didn't even really read the back, but I'm excited to read it, and the cover's pretty cool. It's like orange, which is awesome.
And everything else I got were actually graphic novels and comics. If you've been watching my videos recently at all, you'll know that I've been reading a lot of comics, mostly a lot of Marvel. So I wanted to read something DC, and based on research and just based on the artist of this comic book series, I decided to get Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and illustrated by Alex Ross. There was this one Saturday Reads video where I was just gushing about how amazing Alex Ross's art was and how much I really wanted to own a physical copy of something that he illustrated. And now I own one, and I'm happy, and I'm excited to read this because I've heard amazing things about it. While I haven't read much DC, the DC I have read I really enjoyed, so I'm looking forward to reading more of it. And a lot of you know how much I love the Why the Last Man series by Brian K. Vaughan, so it's ridiculous that it took me so long to get to this, but I finally have the final deluxe edition of the Why the Last Man series, Volume 5, and I'm so excited to finish it. I'm contemplating whether I'm gonna push through with my plan of rereading the rest of the volume before I get to this, but I might not anymore just because I'm so excited to read this, so we'll see what happens. I also got The Wake by Scott Snyder, illustrated by Sean Murphy. A bunch of the books I got, I actually researched relatively heavily on. This though, not so much, but from the little I've heard that this is basically amazing. And also, I've been hearing amazing things about this author, Scott Snyder, so I really want to try reading some of his work. I also heard this is basically like Aliens, the movie, but underwater. I haven't watched Aliens, the movie, but my brother loves it, so we'll see how I feel about this. Next is the first volume in a comic book series that I've heard relatively mixed things about, but it's general consensus, basically, that the art is beautiful. And this volume I got from my boyfriend. He'll want me to say this, so I'm gonna say it. Yeah, he's The Wicked and the Divine. This is the first volume. I actually already read the first issue, and it's so intriguing. I'm actually really excited to continue reading this. The art is amazing. I'll try to put pictures here at the side if I remember to. If I don't remember, I'm sorry. But the art is beautiful. So at the very least, I know I'm at least going to appreciate the way it looks, even if I end up not liking the story. But I hope that I still end up loving the story. Like I said when I mentioned Narnia, I got a couple of really big things, and this is huge, and I'm so excited. It's actually the gift that I got for myself, because why not treat myself on my own birthday? And that is Sandman, the Absolute Edition, Volume 1. Neil Gaiman, classic comic book series, classic fantasy series. I need to read it. It's Sandman, and I'm so excited. I actually got this secondhand. It came from my boyfriend's brother, who's selling a bunch of his books. So I got it like half price, which is cool. Oh wait, one more thing. This isn't a book, but
it's not a book.
It's not a book. But also, in addition to the budget my mom gave me for books, she also kind of likes to be able to give me something as a surprise for my birthday. Usually not as expensive as the budget that she gave me for books, but she gave me a melodica. I'm so excited. I wanted a melodica ever since this one guy in American Idol, his name was Casey, used a melodica. This is a long time ago because it's back in the time when I still watched American Idol, which meant that it was a long time ago. It's been a lot of fun. It's kind of kids melodica because it comes with this case that says school class name, and it's pink, but it's still fun. Kenna doesn't want me to play. So yeah, anyway, those are the books and the melodica I got for my birthday. My birthday's September 28th. If it's Wednesday, then my birthday was 2 days ago. If there were any books that I mentioned this haul that you think that I should specifically get to, like right at this moment, ASAP, please feel free to tell me in the comments so I can prioritize it more, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do this because I'm just so excited to read all of them. Also, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!